Hello, everyone. Welcome to the series of online seminars hosted by the International Gymnastics Federation. My name is Tseko Mogotsi. I'm a member of the FIG Education Commission. So the topic of our seminar today is part method, a secure and fun way to learn trampoline, and the focus will be on the full twist. So I'm very delighted to introduce the expert that will be with us to discuss this topic, Mr. Nunes from Portugal. Luis, welcome.
Hello, Tseko. It's a pleasure to see you again. Unfortunately, not in person. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's very, very good to be back with the coaches education. It's one thing that I love to do. So thank you very much for the invitation to do this seminar.
Yes, of course. We're really delighted to have you with us. So allow me, please, to inform our audience about your background. I know that you've been a gymnast coach, you've got a judge's qualification, and you've got a wealth of experience in trampoline gymnastics. So as a gymnast, you're a member of the Portuguese national team from 1984 to 1994. Olympic coach for trampoline from 2004 to 2016. That's 4 Olympic Games. That's wonderful. And you've been an expert on the FIG Academy program and the age group program. And of course, a member of the UEG Trampoline Technical Committee, where you've been responsible for coaches education and training camps. So really delighted to have you with us, and we appreciate that you're able to share your experiences and be able to be part of the seminar. So when you're ready, please proceed with your presentation.
I will do that. So I'll start whenever everybody is ready. Hello, everybody. We are here today to talk about trampoline, and we are going to talk about how useful it is to break down all the elements that we have on trampoline, and we work them like parts. So we are talking about part method and how secure it is, and sometimes, and most of the times, how fun it can be. We chose to speak about full twist, exactly because full twist is a skill that many of you already experience. If you didn't, you will experience. And you will see that it's quite hard skill to teach, and I'll show you which skill it is. So we see a small video. Okay, so this is the back somersault, normally straight position, and it's a back somersault with a full twist. So we, for my presentation, I try to use not very high experienced athletes, not high level. I used kids from, let's say, from real life, so normal kids that we find in our gyms. And for now, for instance, I have only these kids that are building up the full twist. There are quite a few questions that we always ask, and all the coaches they ask to us when we go abroad and we do academies or coaches courses or just a training camp. Whenever we speak about a skill, we always speak about what it's necessary to learn this skill. So how do I know that I'm able to teach this skill to my gymnast? So, for instance, for full twist, I would say that this is a back straight position. So a back somersault in the straight position. It's very, very important for the kids to know how to do that, and a straight Barani. Of course, then we have all the progressions in the middle, but these are the main things that I think that are very important. Please don't forget that everything that I will say during this presentation, it's part of my experience. It's not a totally thing that it's certain that this is not the only truth in the world. It's not. It's only my experience. And I'm here to share it with you. And I'm really, it's unfortunate for me that I'm doing this, like I'm in my living room and I'm talking to my computer and I cannot receive feedbacks and learn things from the people that are listening to me. So I already told you that what is necessary for me, what is necessary to do, to think that we can teach the skill to the kids. And then this is the biggest discussion that we have on the world of trampoline, I believe. How do we teach the full twist? Should we teach the full twist using the first half twist very early, or should we allow the kids to do it a late first half twist? So this is always a big discussion, and how we do it, what is the best approach, and we will talk about this separately to make sure that we can talk a little bit about what is good, what is bad, what one method, what is the advantage of one method, what is the disadvantages. So we will talk a little bit about both of them. So we'll start with the early half twist, which we start with this one because I believe that this one is the best way of teaching. It's not the easiest way, but it's hard. But in the future, it will be much better for all the progressions that the kids are going to do it in the future. So we will talk about that later. So early twist. We already saw what are the skills that we need to the gymnast to know how to do it, and now we are going to talk about the progressions. So for me, it's very important that they know how to do a flat back, so the back landing, flat back, so arms up by the side of the ears and the body completely straight. I'm not going to show you all the videos. This would be an enormous video, but I will show you the most important videos and how do I manipulate the gymnast. So after the back landing, I would say half twist to front landing. So, and I will manipulate the gymnast. So we'll see the example here, how to manipulate and an example of the half twist, early half twist to front landing. Okay. So here we can see that we are jumping on the mat. It's not compulsory to jump on the mat. There you can have someone, a teammate or a colleague from the gymnast that can throw the mat. Okay, so and this is one thing that I've been doing for a long time, because this is such, as I told you, this is a very hard skill to learn. So I start to do this skill very early. So this kid that you see in the video is 7 years old, turning 8, but he already is doing this as a game. So I play with him. So today we're going to jump together and we do some games, and they start to do this kind of things without thinking that they are training the full twist. Okay, so he already knows how to do this skill, and because he was doing it for a long time. It's very important that this manipulation it's done by the coach for safety reasons. Normally, the kids, they tend to get a lot of rotation with the shoulders or with the head, and the landing can be a little bit dangerous. So we should be there up on the trampoline and help them and use the mats and use the coach's manipulation. Okay. In the coach's course, when we talk about manipulation, I always say that the coach should help, doesn't need to have or shouldn't have normal side to manipulate the gymnast. So if the gymnast wants to face to the right side, it's okay. If he wants to face to the other side, then it's okay too. So the coach should be able to manipulate the kids to one way or the other. Okay, but in this particular skill, the gymnast in the beginning of the skill, he must turn towards you. So if you see, I can go back a little bit. I can't, yeah. So if you see, the kid will go, he's turning right, so he turned towards me. So he gave me his chest, okay? If he turned left, he would turn to the other side, and if they twist very early, they will go away. So it would be very hard for me to catch them and avoid anything that could go wrong on his takeoff. Okay, so this is very, very important. That this is the one skill that I always use, turning towards me. Okay, so the hands, the coaches, they should work with the hands like a tray. Okay, so you put the hands like this, so one hand on the chest, the other hand on the legs, so you can control the rotation and control the landing on the mat. As I told you before, so safety mat can be pushed by other gymnast. Okay, so next progression, 3/4 back. Okay, so just 3/4 back, 3/4 of a back somersault. You can control that, also can manipulate that. You can control the landing, again using this tray work with the hands, and controlling the chest, controlling the legs, so you do the landing very controlled. And then this is the biggest concern of this half twist with early or 3/4 back with early half twist. This is the biggest concern, because whenever you ask them to do 3/4 back, so had a little bit more somersault rotation, then the troubles come and they start to twist early, and everything starts to be wrong. So we start to ask them to do a half twist to stomach, to front landing, to your arms, and then you turn them around. That's exactly what I'm going to do here. So half twist to stomach, I'll hold them, and then I'll turn them around. Okay? Again. So you see that it's a half twist to front landing, and then I'll turn them around. Okay? So this is very easy. It's the same principles of the half twist to front landing, same principle, same way of manipulate the kids. It's very easy. Of course, if you are small, normally young coaches, ladies, they are sometimes smaller than the boys. They are afraid of the manipulate because they think they are not strong enough. You should start this with very young kids, so they are light, and it's easy for you to practice. Okay, and then you can do it. Of course, you cannot hold a bigger one, but you can always drive them to do the skill how you want them to do. Okay, so start of the rotation of the twist is most of the times it's a normal mistake. So start the twist very early. So it's always start of the somersault and then the twist. So we have an early twist, but always we need to have first the somersault. Okay, so normally a normal mistake is when they start to turn with the shoulders instead of getting the somersault rotation and then the twisting. Okay, we have a lot. I'm not going to tell you about how you drop the arms and how I get to the rotation of the twist. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this as simple as I can, okay? Because you have other videos here on the FIG education that you can learn a lot about how to twist, how to develop the twisting just by dropping the arms and everything else, okay? So I'm not going to do that. So this is the mistake of when you start to twist very early is because the gymnast is looking for the trampoline. It's the safety. They look for the trampoline very, very fast, so they are able to be secure. But this is a mistake, okay? So 2 mistakes, twisting too early and because they are looking too quickly to the trampoline, okay? So 3/4 with half twist. So then you can, if they are able to do after this 3/4 with the early half twist to flat back by themselves, then we can add the second half twist. So it's like half twist to 3/4, and then we are going to add a straight Barani. Okay, that in the beginning it can be just for hands and knees. So it's like a 3/4 back with full twist, but always looking at the trampoline. Or you can manipulate like I'm going to do. And I can tell you that I did this video and I manipulate kids. They are twisting. This one is twisting right, but I twisted. I did videos with the kids twisting left also. And it's funny because I help in different ways. Okay, so this is the video with for the full twist, and I'm helping them up, and then I twist them at the end. So I'll try to go slowly here again, tack, and then half twist. Okay? Questions? Oh, I forgot. There's no questions. So, and then it's full twist to feet in the beginning, always using the manipulation, and you stop them. You don't manipulate them in the air. You will stop them at the landing. Okay. So early twist. It's a easy way for future skills. It's like adding a different last part of the skill. So half twist to 3/4, and then we add different things at the end. So a full twist is a 3/4 back with an early half twist plus a straight Barani. That's a full twist, okay? A double full, it's a half twist with an early half twist, 3/4 back, sorry, 3/4 back with an early half twist, and we add at the end a Rudy, so 1.5 twist and at the end. So, and then we have a double full. When we talk about half in, half out, then it's a double back with 1 twist. So if we go 3/4 back with early half twist, and then in our minds, in the minds of the gymnasts, they had half out, so double front with half twist. So it's half in, half out. So they go, take off, they look at the trampoline, they have 1 half twist already, and then for them, it's just half out. So it's very, very easy to add new things, okay? The gymnast has the ability to see the bed in most parts of the skill. So it's I believe that it's a very, very important that the gymnast has some parts of the skill that they can spot the trampoline and see where they are in the air. So when we talk about the late twist, it's completely different way of learning the skill. We don't have this 3/4 back, half twist to stomach. We don't have that. We start from the 3/4 back straight in the straight position, and then we go to three-quarter back straight with late half twist. Normally they spot the trampoline, so they go, if this is my head, they go here, and when they spot the trampoline, they start the twist, okay? So you see, she saw the trampoline, and then she started to twist. So it's completely different from the other one, okay? So, like I said before, gymnast needs to wait to see the bed before dropping the arm to twist, okay? Very, very important here, the rotation of the somersault being controlled by the feet. And the three-quarters back, it's very, very important. She has a little bit of arching, okay? Not exactly the best shape, not exactly the control of the feet are there, but this is just to give you an example. Like I told you, this is a real life gymnast, or normally we have gymnasts like this, not these tremendous acrobats that are our high level athletes. So, but we need to work with all of them. More progressions for that. After the three-quarters back with half twist, I would go for back somersault with half twist. It's the same thing as the three-quarters, but now landing on the feet, okay? Okay, don't look at the execution, okay? She's a little bit too bent. She's not exactly straight, but you saw that it's the same thing. She goes for the back somersault, half twist, and then I stop her at the end, okay? Someone was throwing the mats, and everything is secure. It's very difficult to control the landing, much more difficult to control the landing, because it's like a front somersault. So you don't spot the landing area, the trampoline, the mat or something up there. It's just right when you are very close to the landing. Like I told, the visual contact it's only close to landing, okay? And then from there we are going to add the second half twist. We are going to add parts of this second half twist, or you can go straight there to the second half twist. But if you go from back somersault with late half twist, and then you can add the second half twist like small pieces of each rotation, okay? The end of the twist is very late. It's late, so it doesn't allow a good preparation of the landing, especially in the beginning when you are learning the skill. Let's see this back somersault with full twist. You can see that she's very, very okay. This gymnast is just learning the full twist. She's not very talented, but she couldn't not do this early half twist. This was the only way that she could get the full twist. Okay. Thinking in other way, there are lots of clubs, even here in Portugal, that don't have a trampoline. So eventually, this progression, this late twist, is much better to learn if you have only a double mini into a hard landing. This is much easier to learn rather than the half twist with the half twist, the early half twist. Early half twist needs a lot of manipulation. Late twist doesn't need that much manipulation, okay? So you can allow the kids to work by themselves. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of the early twist? It's a faster progression for harder skills. So once you learn this half twist, three-quarters early half twist, then the progression is much easier, okay? You have visual control, which for me, it's very, very important. And you need to work on this from very, very young ages. So you can play with your gymnasts, and they will start to learn the skill since they are 6 years old, without you telling them that they are learning the skill. So, but this is one of the advantages that there is. Like I told you before, progressions to more difficult skills it's easy. So it's just change the last part. So you have the beginning of the skill, the early half twist, and then the last part of the skill, it's something basic also that they already have, and you can change the skill. It's a different skill. It's I wrote this as a disadvantage, but this is, for me, this eventually the hardest skill to learn on trampoline. When you learn this, you went through a very big barrier that the trampoline have in terms of what is the technique of trampoline. This is very difficult. But you don't have to be don't stay there. This is very difficult, I don't try it. No, please do try. Okay. Late twist, it's easier to learn comparing to early twist. It's easier to learn, but for me it should be like the second way. Why? Because the control of the somersault, it's easier because you start with the back somersault, so you don't have somersault and twisting. You only have somersault, and this is it's not two things to do; it's only one. The biggest disadvantage to the late twist is the connection to more difficult skills, because you have less visual control. So if you have less visual control, eventually your gymnast is very it's like I say, it's an acrobat. And he has a very good spatial awareness. So he doesn't need visual control, and this is very easy for him to do. So eventually, yes. And then the finish, because the twisting, it's later than the early half twist. So you will finish the twist of the full later. Then this will be hard to control the landing. So one thing leads to the other thing. So in my opinion, I finished this. In my opinion, if we want to teach full twist, I would always try to go through the early half twist, always. Okay. From my experience, it's a harder way to teach. It's a harder way to learn from the gymnasts, but once they learn it, it's very easy then to progress. Okay. And since I start to do it with the very young kids, playing with them, manipulate them, the skill since very early, it's funny because it's much easier to teach the skill. Okay, so if you have any doubts, if you want, I leave my email address here if people want to ask me something in particular. Okay. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that I brought some things that could help you on your training. And I'm sure that Tseko has some questions for me. And I thank the time that you spent to listen to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Luigi, for a very informative seminar. I have a couple of questions for you. You've offered 2 ways to teach the full twist. And as a coach, do you train both ways, or do you choose one? How do you do this as a coach?
Of course, thank you very much for the question, Tseko. Of course, as a coach, we all have this way of teaching skills that you believe that it's the right one. And for full twist, for me, it's the same. I have an opinion that half twist or early half twist, like I showed in my presentation, it's the best way to teach. Not the easiest way, like I spoke also in the presentation. It's not the easiest way, but For future development, I believe that this is the best way of teaching, although gives you more work, but it's the best one. So, but this doesn't say, or I'm not telling you that I don't use the late twist, because we have a lot of gymnasts that they cannot understand this early twist, this somersault rotation with the twisting, or so everything at the same time. It's very difficult for the gymnast. Normally, I say that this is half twist, early half twist is the most difficult skill on trampoline. So if they don't understand this, if they cannot do it, I go with the other plan. So back somersault with late half twist. So I always say in the coaches courses, all the information that we can get from the French school, from the Russian school, from the British, from the German, you get this knowledge and you put this knowledge in your pockets. So you need to have a lot of pockets because there's a lot of knowledge around there. And you believe that in your right pocket, this is what you believe in, but you know that you have a backup of other things that you can do to achieve your goal. If the thing that you believe in doesn't work, you have other things. So this is what is important, that even that someone is telling you completely the opposite of what you normally believe in, try to listen to it and keep in mind what this person is telling you, that probably in the future you will need it.
So twisting tends to be a bit tricky sometimes, especially when the gymnast is not so experienced. And you find that some gymnasts have struggled to stay in the middle, or they lose direction, they go skew. So do you have any tips on how to handle or manage this problem?
So I also spoke a little bit about that in my presentation, because that's exactly what's happened with the inexperienced gymnasts. They tend to start the twisting too early. So when we are trying to do the half twist very early in the skill, but they then tend to do even earlier than we need. So it's always getting the rotation through the somersault, but then the early twist. To avoid that, what I've been doing with quite good results last years is that I start with the kids very, very young, playing with them. So when they are like 5, 6, 7 years old and they start trampolining, and we are teaching them how to do a back landing, I already start to play with them and say, let's do half twist, and instead of landing on your back, you land on your stomach, and then I manipulate them as I showed in my presentation. So, and I start this very, very early for 2 reasons. First reason is because they are lighter, because it's easy for any coach, bigger coaches or smaller coaches. Normally women are smaller, and they are more afraid of manipulating the kids because they think that they are not strong enough to hold them. So mainly it's not all about strength, because if you want to hold the kids there and stop them in the air, of course you need to have a little bit of power to hold them, but you can just drive them around. So it's not all about strength. It's about the technique that the coach needs to have to hold the kids, to jump with them on the trampoline, and allow them to jump also, and not stopping them. This is also something that we do when we do presential coaches education. We put the inexperienced coaches jumping on the trampoline. So what I have, my experience now is I start to do this early half twist very, very early on training, to be like a fun part, because it's fun for the kids jump with the coach, and especially if we are saying this sometimes very stupid things that make them laugh, and they are more not so focused on the task that they have to do, and they do this as like fun. Okay, so I believe that if you start this from a very early stages in the progression of the development of the gymnast, this brings very good results. Of course, it's not 100%, because you will always have someone that doesn't connect to the skill, so there's no connection there, and you need to go to the other way of doing it. But I'm having really nice results with this technique.
Well, thank you so much, Luis, once again for your informative presentation. We hope that this will be useful to trampoline enthusiasts out there. And of course, this is the last seminar of the third series. I wish to thank our experts, you, Luis, and all the other experts that have participated in the various seminars we've hosted. And thank you also to the Education Commission and the FIG staff for all their efforts behind the scenes. So yes, we hope that we will see you again very soon, Luis.
We had Worlds last couple of weeks ago, and it was amazing to see everybody again in person. And it was a common thing that everybody was saying, that was very nice to see each other in person. So let's hope that this pandemic goes away and we can go back to normal life and normal competitions, and normal life, of course. So thank you again. Thank you very much to FIG Education. Thank you, Tseko. And as you know, I'm always ready to help in anything that I can.
Well, goodbye, everyone. We look forward to seeing you next year. Please stay safe.